OG Rugby, Modesto, California. Trying to tell this, or just put out there this shit that happened in my life that changed my fucking life. Born in Arma, Oklahoma. Moved out here in California when I was 8. But been back and forth from California to Oklahoma ever since 8. So I tell a little story that my mom moved every time she had to pay the rent, but literally me and my family, my brother, my sister, and I was the youngest, brother was the oldest. With my mom, single mom, we all had different dads. We moved all over. It seemed like, my mom really never kept a job, or, so I don't know. Money and stabilization was a little difficult, for whatever reasons, My mom went through a lot of shit when she was young, so I don't want to go through all of that story, but we can. But just talking about this situation, but trying to give you a view of my life. I was raised, in the ghetto, poverty-stricken at times. Sometimes I had no running water, walking to go get water and shit like that. And jugs and shit like that. Hide behind bushes, because I don't want friends or people to see me. With me, my brother, and my mom, my sister, walking in a line and shit with jugs of water just to put it in a tub, just to have some water, Rough times, man. I remember times that we didn't even have fucking doorknobs on the front door, so wasn't no way to lock the door, so I used to keep a keychain around my neck, because I was embarrassed by that. So, the bus from my school, I used to ride this school bus, used to drop us off in front of my house and shit, my little small town, and I used to play like I was putting the key into the door, open the door and waving to the bus driver, I'm cool, so they can drive off, but I wasn't putting that key into no fucking keyhole or nothing. I was putting it in a real motherfucking hole. There wasn't nothing there. What should have been a doorknob was a hole you can just see through my house. The only thing keeping the door shut was the shag carpet. Real talk. And living just rough. No TV. I'm only 50. Just think. This is the 70s and 80s and shit. And so, a lot of other stories like that. We go on and on about those stories, but, at one point, I had a pimp for a stepdaddy, so I was, part of my life I was raised on the horse stroll in Oklahoma, seeing a lot of, pimp business going on. And my stepdaddy had a Cadillac, diamond in the back, sunroof top. We had a TV in it. I used to sit and watch Soul Train, in the Cadillac while he was out pimping. One time I seen a lady on fire, whole body on fire, running down the street while I was sitting in that Cadillac. Guess a pimp set her on fire or something, I don't know. Shit. They're just getting beat with hangers and shit. Should see a whole bunch of shit. But, California, growing up, I'm just saying, growing up, my mind state was, because all I was around was pimps, hustlers, gangsters, thugs and shit, because that's all my mom fucked with. I wasn't around people that went to work and shit like that. They were in my life to a certain, not really in my life, but they were around. My family, I had some family that were in that lifestyle, but for the most part, me and my mom wasn't around it. My dad, and my dad's side of the family, they was, kind of poor and shit, so we were kind of, it was rough. Well, it wasn't rough when you was young. You don't know it's rough. It's just normal. But, now I think about it, it was some crazy shit, But it was normal to us, so, seeing all kind of shit. Seeing people getting killed and shit. First moved out of California. My mom told me that there's a lot of Mexicans out here. I moved to San Jose, California, 1980. No, it wasn't 1980, 1978. Moved to San Jose, California, 78, 79. And when I first moved there, my mom told me and my sister and my brother, well, my brother was already there with my auntie, but told us there's a lot of Mexicans out here. Motherfuckers fight dirty, you know, so, you know, keep some salt in your pocket. So mom used to make us put salt in our pockets just in case we get into it. We got to throw some salt in somebody's eyes. We can blind them and run away or just beat them to death or whatever we got to do. So, you know, mom was kind of crazy. That's when I moved to San Jose, but it was a lot of Mexicans and we got into some funk or something. Never got a chance to throw some salt in nobody's eyes and shit, but yeah, we used to have to go to school with salt in our pocket. Shit, real talk. San Jose, California, east side. So I got hip to the gangs and shit, you know. First kind of got hip to the Crips and shit. You know, I don't remember any Bloods around, but, you know, my family was kind of like, for the people that we knew around the San Jose area, they were kind of like, you know what I'm saying, leaning towards Crips. And so, and I was hearing a lot of Hewlett Crips, Raymond Street Crips, and I didn't know nothing about that, but that's what these people were screaming. And then I was around a lot of Samoans in San Jose. If y'all know about San Jose, S.O.S, Stand Up, you know, Big Noodles, Julius Salama, you know, Alo, I don't know, you were never was part of S.O.S, but Stand Up, Alo, Sila, Sila, named my cousin after you, used to be my girlfriend back in the day, but we were never really official, but Sila, you know what I'm saying? Stand Up, San Jose, California, you know what I'm saying? I heard a lot of them got deported back to Samoa, but S.O.S. Crips, you know what I'm saying? They, you know, you see S.O.S. cuz everywhere all around San Jose and shit. You know, big ass Samoans, I used to kind of like run with them. My best friend was Julius Salama, you know what I'm saying? And he was a Samoan and S.O.S. Crip. And so Crips was the shit, you know what I'm saying, to me. So that was the gang, you know what I'm saying? So I was introduced to that a little bit. We was pop locking back then. This is probably like in, 78. I didn't know nothing about the S.O.S. in 78. You know, I didn't know nothing about them until we moved back. I told you my mom we moved in eighth, in our, I don't know why we moved from San Jose, from my third to fourth grade year, because we moved back to Oklahoma. Well, I moved back by myself. I was with my grandparents and my auntie and them, and for a year in the fourth grade year, best year of my life, you know what I'm saying, made damn near straight A's and shit, you know what I'm saying, because there was a lot of structure there. And best year of my life, I was in the fourth grade. Miss Rose, she passed away. Rose photo, Armo, Oklahoma, Stand Up. Y'all know Miss Rose, best teacher in the world. Taught a nigga a lot. Preamble in the fourth grade. When I got into California, they were just learning the preamble. So that's the kind of, you know, she kept us on all the African shit. You know, I know about Benjamin Banneker and Nat Turner and all that old shit from her in the fourth grade. You know what I'm saying? They don't teach that shit in school out here, but she was just on her own. She would let us fight in this class and shit. If you get into it with somebody, Miss Rose will let you to knuckle up. Hey, ain't no fighting after school or something. Y'all get into it, you know what I'm saying? Handle it right now. You know what I'm saying? And get it over with. You know what I'm saying? Usually time, motherfucker really didn't want to fight. You know, and so, you know, Miss Rose, not stand up, but rest in peace, love you to death. But, you know, so we moved there the fourth grade year. You know what I'm saying? But back in the fifth grade year, that's when I met the S.O.S. Because we moved back to the east side, because that's where we were from in that area. Moved to the east side, Pensacola Apartments. Y'all know about Pensacola. Over there, El Julio Palmas was around the EHP, Stand Up. You know what I'm saying? Jeb Rock, Stand Up. You know what I'm saying? That's when I met these gangs. You know what I'm saying? Mommy, I'm 9, 10 years old and shit. And so I started getting introduced to the gangs. And I wasn't really never a gang member, but I was affiliated because, you know, they get down, I get down. You know what I'm saying? In the fifth grade, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes we would have a little fights, but most of the time we was breakdancing and shit. But every now and then, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Our area, you know what I'm saying? And so when I went back to Oklahoma, so I spent a couple of years there, a year and a half there, and went back to Oklahoma because I ended up stabbing my mom's boyfriend. He was a Crip. Just mind me, I'm 10, 11 years old. I stabbed my mom's boyfriend, kind of paralyzed him, and he sent some threats out, you know what I'm saying, to us and my family out there in San Jose, because that wasn't really our area, really. We're from Oklahoma and Texas area, you know what I'm saying? And so he sent threats out to us while he was in the hospital, you know what I'm saying, recovering from, you know what I'm saying, me stabbing him, from beating on my mom, you know, and, you know, we had to leave, You know, left like a thief in the night, staying in motels and shit. You know, it was around my birthday. I remember it. It's around my birthday and shit. Remember my mom bought me this Spider-Man webbing thing and shit. You know, I believe we was in this little rundown motel for a minute. I don't know how we got away, and I never really talked to my mom about it. But we got away and ended up back in Oklahoma and shit. And I can tell you more on that story because there's a lot to that story. The nigga was beating on my mom. You know what I'm saying? We came home from football practice. Me and my brother, you know what I'm saying? He gave me a knife. He punched a hole in the door with his helmet. The dude was holding the door open, closed with his leg. And I stuck my hand in that hole with that knife and just started jabbing him everywhere I touched. You know, I hit him about like 6, 7 times real hard. And I felt that knife going in just like it was yesterday. And fucked him up for life. And, went to the hospital, threatened us, we had to leave. So, you know, back in Oklahoma. And just think about my mind state. You know, I'm kind of gang banging this. You know, my mom, she was always fucking with these young hustlers, dope dealers and shit like that. You know, and she had a couple of good dudes in her life, and I think, you know what I'm saying, that wasn't on that level, but she was more attracted to them bad boys and shit. And that's the type of nigga that nigga was. He was beating on her and shit, but mom's probably had a little couple of dudes on the side, and he probably found out or something, because mom wasn't innocent. Mom was gangster, you know what I'm saying? Beverly Ann was a gangster. You know, her nickname was Black, you know what I'm saying? So Beverly Ann was gangster. But anyway, so, you know, moved back to Oklahoma. Kind of like started the CRIPS, and I really started the CRIPS. They knew about the CRIPS a little bit, but when I moved back to Oklahoma, I kind of went down there with the CRIP and shit. And remind me, I'm in the 6th grade or something, so I go back with the CRIP and shit. And so, you know, and I go back with the breakdancing. You know, the pop lock, and I didn't break dance, you know what I'm saying? And started this dance called the Centapied. You know, if you guys ever heard of Centapied, you know what I'm saying? We started that name. Didn't start the dance because this nigga was L.A. worm, nigga from L.A. When I was in San Jose, he came down, fucked me up with that dance. So we had video game names. So, you know what I'm saying? We stole this move and started calling them Centipedes. So if y'all know if it's a Centipede, nigga, me and my brother started that. He's a preacher or some shit like that right today in the church. Nigga, don't lie. You know what I'm saying? We can vouch for that. Romaldo, Gabriel, Julius, y'all know. You know what I'm saying? Out there in San Jose, we started the Centipede name. So if anybody said a Centipede, if we had any royalties coming, that would be ours. We started that name. That's another story. But going down to Oklahoma, starting all that crip and shit and break dance and shit, I became real popular and shit. So people was coming from all over to break dance against me. You know, the news crew came down and interviewed us, and we did that Centipede dance, and it's got worldwide recognition right there and then all over Oklahoma and Texas, because we're part of Texoma land. So whatever our part of Oklahoma see, that part of Texas is gonna see. So it's, you know, it got real worldwide. You know what I'm saying? So it was real popular in the area. You know, we could have been in the movie Breaking or some other shit. You know what I'm saying? We had lined up, but this lady that was our manager just took us for a loop, and you know, make a long story short, that died out about a year or two later after we got popular and shit. So, well, you know, probably quicker than that, you know what I'm saying? But around that time, we was living foul, you know what I'm saying? Real foul, you know what I'm saying? Mom's just out there living bad, living rough, and shit like that. And we was living in this fucking rundown household with this old rundown, this drunk man and shit. And the house didn't even have a fucking floor. The floor was fucking dirt. And you had like a maze of fucking clutter shit you had to get through to get to the bathroom and the rooms. And I was 13, 14 and shit. 8th grade year, and then my 8th grade year, I was done. You know what I'm saying? I said, Mom, you know what I'm saying? I gotta leave here, you know what I'm saying? Because I knew my Auntie Brenda was going to San Jose, California, going to Phoenix. We got family in Phoenix, Arizona, too. I just wanted to go with Brenda in Phoenix. Brenda was a gangster. She was like a nomad, homeless out there. And gangster, carried a pistol. My mom was scared of her, but, you know what I'm saying? Brenda demanded respect. You know what I'm saying? We knew Brenda would whoop your ass if you didn't say what the fuck Brenda do. But, you know, Brenda kept you fed and all that old type of shit. But Brenda didn't play. But I wanted to go with Brenda, introducing the quarter to fucking Arizona, because fuck Oklahoma. I'm trying to get back to California, because I knew my dad lived in San Jose. I knew my dad lived in Modesto, so I'm trying to get as close back to California as I can, close to Modesto, because I think my dad out there doing well. I think he a doctor. I saw a picture of him in some scrubs. I didn't know the difference. I just thought scrubs, this nigga's a doctor or some shit. Like, God damn, I gotta get out there. This nigga got money. You know, nothing can be further from the truth. But So, Mom, you got mad, said I can leave, you know what I'm saying? That's another story on that. So I left with Brenda and the deuce and a quarter, got to Arizona. In Arizona for a while, you know what I'm saying? We kind of living it was like 10 p.m. Mesa. But back in the day, when I went out there recently, it was like a big city area. It's a lot going on. But when I was there, it wasn't nothing but desert and shit. Motherfuckers living in trailer homes and shit, nothing but desert, scorpions and shit every goddamn where. You know what I'm saying? I enrolled in East Mountain High School. And I'll get you another part 2 on this, because they say my video is got a limit. So we're going to get back to the homicide case. And I'm trying to get there.